Welcome to Crafty Chemist Designs. Today I have a great project for you. But first, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel so that you are alerted every time I drop a new video. On to the project. Today's project, I am going to be using the On the Go suite. This is a travel themed suite by Stampin Up. Combine your love of travel with your love of crafting with the On the Go suite collection. The travel-themed imagery in the suite is great for both card makers and scrapbookers alike. I thought it would be perfect for my recent trip to England. I created this wonderful sketch for you to use. All of the information can be found on my blog at periodicallycrafty.blogspot.com. Feel free to use any suite that you have. Let's start with the left-hand side layout. I am going to use the luggage designed paper, and that piece is 4 inches by 12 inches. This is a vertical design, so make sure that you're cutting it in the right direction. Then I'm going to use the reverse side of that suitcase paper, and it is a shy shamrock design on it. It's a very minute design. It's not solid. That is patterned. And that piece is 2 inches by 12 inches. And then another piece from the Designer's Series paper pack is this strawberry slush print. And this has a very fine print on it. It's little geo tags. And then I used Azure Afternoon for the big mat there. That piece is 5 by 7, and I'm going to place it right in the opening. Now let's put the mats for the smaller pictures. These mats are also Azure Afternoon, and there are 2 pieces that are 3 by 3 and 1 piece that is 3 by 4. You can see here I am starting by centering one of the 3 by 3 pieces on top of the suitcase paper, and then I'm going to put the other 3 by 3 piece above that, and then I will put the 3 by 4 inch piece below that. Of course, you could put these in any order that you want, or you can use different size pictures or mats for the pictures. I'm going to adjust it a little bit because once I had all 3 of those down, I didn't like, how it was spaced. So I'm going to just slightly move that top mat down. Okay, now let's move to the right-hand side layout. And again, I'm using all of the same colors. Let's start with the strawberry slush print. And on this one, it is going to landscape across the page. So when you cut this piece, which is 4 by 12, make sure that you're cutting it in the landscape position. If your paper is, multi-directional, then it doesn't matter. This piece here is also a suitcase print, and it is 4 inches by 8 inches. And you can see it is sort of cut in the portrait orientation. So the suitcases are, up and down. And so it's 4 inches wide and 8 inches tall. Then we are going to use a piece of the Shy Shamrock pattern paper. Again, it's the reverse side of that suitcase paper. And this piece is 2 inches by 8 inches. And I'm putting that up against the left-hand side. And then I'm using Azure Afternoon for the mat for the big picture here. And that mat is 5 by 7. Now on these mats, you can put a 5 by 7 picture that's trimmed a little bit, or you could put a 4 by 6. This piece is Azure Afternoon, and it is 2 inches by 9.5 inches. And I'm going to put it in the bottom portion where the strawberry slush print paper is, and I'm having it right up against the right side. If you want to use that as a journaling spot, you can put another piece of white paper on top of that to journal. So you could make that about 1 3/4 by 9 1/4. Here I am putting 2 mats for pictures. The mats are 3 inches by 3 inches, and just like on the left hand side, I am putting them on the suitcase designer paper. Then I'm pulling out my on-the-go puffy stickers. I love a good puffy sticker. It has such nostalgia for me. And these are really fun designs. So if you're using a different suite, just pull out, some stickers or pull out some embellishment, whatever embellishment goes with your suite. Here I am putting 3 arrows that are pointing up. And I'm going to use, I guess they're pointing to the right. I am going to use strawberry slush. I'm not sure what the yellow is. I have to think about it. And then the green is Shy Shamrock. I think that's Darling Duckling. Okay, then let's use these arrows. And using similar colors, here I'm not going to put them in a line like I did above. I'm going to put them in sort of an angle to mimic the corner. So here I'm using one that's Azure Afternoon, another Darling Daffodil. Oh, no, that's Shy Shamrock, Darling Daffodil, and then the Timid Tiger. And then for the left-hand side, let's put these 3 square designs. They look like little stamps, like you're mailing a postcard or something. So I'm going to put 3 of them, and I'm using the Timid Tiger, Azure Afternoon, and Strawberry Slush. So as I said at the beginning, I thought this would be great for my England pictures. I just got back from my trip, and you may or may not know that I have a travel TikTok and Instagram called Cobblestones and Suitcases. And so I thought that this paper was perfect for our cobblestone and suitcase pictures. We took a lot of those and a lot of other pictures, which I will make more using this suite, but I thought that this was a perfect title for this layout. So there's my friend Vicky, who we went on the trip together. Now these, like I said, the mats of those 4 are 3 by 3. So I cut these pictures at 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Look at that cobblestone. We had to drag our suitcases across all of these cobblestones because in England, it's like all of the sidewalks and roads are cobblestones. And that's how the name of our TikTok and Instagram came about, because we were complaining about having to drag our suitcases all around England and how none of their surfaces were flat. Now, this picture, remember that mat is 3 by 4. So I cut that picture at 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. This picture is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 because, again, those mats are 3 inches by 3 inches. There's a picture of us on the train with all of our luggage, another close-up of our luggage while we were standing on the train. Try to include all pictures of cobblestones and suitcases. I cut this title out with my Cricut, and I'm using that vertical piece there in the center as a title, so the title's going up, which I really don't do that very much, so I'm really excited about this. And that font is one that I downloaded from the internet. I don't even remember what the name of it is, but I use it a lot when I want cursive because it's cursive, but the letters are thick enough to cut out. And unfortunately, I ripped part of the title off there, the O, but I will just fit it together because really this title came in 3 pieces. It was cut kind of in 3 pieces. And I just used basic white because I thought that would show up the best on both the Azure Afternoon and the Shy Shamrock. And also, I didn't have any strawberry slush, just cardstock. Okay, now I am moving down to the minor heading, which is suitcases. So you can see I have cobblestones and on the left-hand layout, and then suitcases on the right-hand layout. If you haven't already followed our TikTok and Instagram, we mainly use it during our trips to England, but I think I am going to be posting some India video there. Okay, and there you have the layout. Isn't it beautiful? I hope you enjoyed the project. The products seen in the video can be purchased at my website, thecraftychemist.stampinup.net. I have a Facebook group, Crafty Chemist Designs, where I go live and do demos every Sunday. I also have a Facebook VIP group, The Crafty Chemist Presents Stampin' Up. Find me on Instagram at Crafty Chemist Designs, TikTok at Crafty Chemist Designs, YouTube at Crafty Chemist Designs, and my blog, periodicallycrafty.blogspot.com.